What's up, guys? Welcome to My Thoughts. How we doing? How's everything going? Now that all the elections are over and we don't have to deal with the petty bullshit anymore. But clearly we actually have to. As you see behind me in an article right in here on The Guardian. Now, the last video that I made, I said what the Republicans need to do if they take over the House is they need to turn around and start fixing gas prices and, important stuff like the economy, things that are going down, the downturn of the economy, try and fix it and get the economy back on their feet. So the Republicans have taken over the House, and the first thing that the Republicans are going to do is what I discouraged against already. This is an article from The Guardian, and this is from yesterday. All right? Joe Biden, it's from The Guardian. Their news guide's guard certified, so they're actually telling the truth here. Republicans take their revenge on Joe Biden. Okay? Now, it says expect a slew of investigations into everything from Afghanistan withdrawal to immigration on the southern border. All right? Right when the Republicans took over the House, immediately, this is what I discouraged against. Now, it says right here in the article, Joe Biden needs a lawyer up. He's about to see an onslaught of investigations into him. His appointees and their conduct will now be launched by Republican-controlled congressional committees. It's not impossible that the Republican-controlled Congress could even try to push for his impeachment. The Republicans squeaked out a bare majority in the House of Representatives this week with a final tally of 218 Republicans to 211 Democrats, which gives the House back to the Republicans. The Republicans' performance were abysmal compared to predictions, blah, blah, blah. Who cares about that? But with anger over the abortion bans and Republican antipathy toward democracy driving voters into a Democratic tent, but the huge structural advantages of being the opposition party in the midterm election, along with some help from gerrymandered redistricting plans blessed by the Republican majority U.S. Supreme Court, pushed by Republicans over the top. Now they're poisoned, blah, blah, blah. And obviously, The Guardian doesn't care too much about Republicans. But this is what I was talking about. Okay, we're going to switch back to the regular cameras. I can't even look at this article anymore because it's retarded. Let me just get rid of this Windows capture here. That Windows capture will be gone. I'm going to fix my camera here. This is just ridiculous. I've never seen... This is what I said in my last video. If you guys remember correctly, like if you watch my videos, which you do, I've seen you guys watching them, you see that this kind of stuff is what I didn't want to happen. All right? So let's switch back to the main camera. So this is the things that I was discouraging against during the whole midterm voting and stuff like that. This is ridiculous. All right? Now, I've made my opinions loud and clear when it comes to this. I don't like what the Democrats do. I don't like what the Republicans do. Honestly, I don't actually care about any of the politicians in general. I just want to talk about it because it's something to talk about. This is what I discouraged against during the midterm elections. I said, do not start investigations. There's no point of useless investigations. And they're not useless. Yeah, there may be some things that Joe Biden and his son have done. I understand that. But we've also got a huge issue like an economy problem. We have huge gas prices. We have rising grocery prices. When you go to the grocery store now, what used to cost $100 costs $200. We have an extreme problem with the economy right now. And the first thing these dumb Republicans do, and this is why I don't like politicians, this is why I tell you guys all the time, I can't stand politicians. The only thing I care about is my opinion. That's it. And my opinion is, if we could throw all the Democrats and all of the Republicans completely out of the government and just run the country ourselves, we would. We would be able to do a much better job than what these guys have done. They put us in billions and billions of dollars of debt, trillions of dollars in debt that we owe to other countries that we can't even pay back. Our money's not even backed by gold anymore, which it should be, which is the original way things were done in the United States. But, the Federal Reserve was created, and the Federal Reserve decided that paper money is considered legit money, and it's actually got value when it's actually not. if you actually look at the figures of what's going on when it comes to the economy, especially right now. Our $1 bill is only worth like 40 cents. That's about it. It is getting to the point where most countries are not using the US dollar to fall back on anymore. I've seen several stories of countries falling back to cryptocurrency to keep their economies afloat. Meanwhile, in Florida, Ron DeSantis is sitting there fixing the economy of Florida, making everything work perfectly fine, while the Republicans and the Democrats are, trying to kill each other in the Congress and the Senate. And one of the things that I said should not happen, doesn't need to happen, is these investigations. And I'm not doing it to defend Joe Biden. I won't defend any criminal activity at all. I'm not going to even defend Donald Trump when it comes to the January 6th riots. But we don't talk about the riot, the Summer of Hell, where Black Lives Matter destroyed things and caused trillions of dollars worth of damage. But that is not an insurrection. What happened at the little small thing that happened at the Capitol is an insurrection. But, Black Lives Matter and Antifa for a whole summer destroying an entire city, taking over part of a city, and then people from the Biden campaign bailing them out of jail and stuff like that when they got caught. All this stuff that was going on. But that wasn't an insurrection. We got to keep that silent. Black Lives Matter is not an insurrection, but they were. Meanwhile, during that time period, while that stuff was going on, the Black Lives Matter riots were going on. I'm going to call them riots. I don't care what you say. They were riots. They weren't protests. And they weren't mostly peaceful, regardless of what fucking CNN decides to say. Because CNN's like, oh, but they were peaceful as a building's burning behind them. Kind of made no sense to me. I don't even know why they would even talk and say that that's not, there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. And even Dr. Fauci, good old Dr. Fauci, the man, the legend, Dr. Fauci said that Black Lives Matter is not going to spread COVID-19, but a restaurant with 20 people in it's going to spread COVID-19. It's entertaining how that happened. You can put the context underneath my video all you want on Facebook. I honestly don't care what you think anymore when it comes to that, because I'm tired of you blocking people's opinions. You guys don't have any right to block people's opinions. It's just not the way America works. And then, in the meantime, we got everybody complaining about Twitter. Who the hell cares about Twitter? What's happening now is the Republicans that just took over the House are trying to investigate a president. We're going to spend a shit ton more money, our tax money, on investigating another president, which will probably lead for going for impeachment, blah, blah, blah. I have seen enough impeachments in my lifetime to be completely against them now. I've seen what? 3 of them? 3 impeachments on one president. Failed miserably. You know what I mean? And now the Republicans are going to do the same. So this is what everybody talks about, all the commentators on YouTube talk about, and this is why you people should listen to the commentators on YouTube, like commentators like Tim Pool, and definitely not, certain websites. There are certain conservatives out there like Six Sex and Hammer. He's not really a conservative, but he's telling you exactly how things go. There's a lot of things on YouTube that are telling people, YouTube and Facebook, that are unbiased news approaches, and nobody is getting the right story. And as far as I'm seeing right now, what's going on is, once again, the Republicans are going to embarrass everybody that's that's a conservative, which I don't care, because I'm not neither conservative or a Democrat. It doesn't matter. I'll think how I want. I'm not voting for Donald Trump in 2024, even though he announced he's running for president. I'm not voting for Donald Trump at all. I was hoping it would be Ron DeSantis, but of course not. You know what I mean? Because Ron DeSantis is a baby and doesn't want to run. You know what I mean? But this is the type of shit that I knew was going to happen. The moment the Republicans won anything, they were going to start investigating, impeachment. Meanwhile, our economy's falling apart. Our gas prices are going through the roof. Our food prices are going through the roof. Supply chains are all screwed up in the United States. And all these dumb Republicans in the House are worried about is investigating the president as a lashback for investigating their Republican president when it happened. And this is the childish bullshit since 2016 that has made me not even care anymore what goes on when it comes to the United States government. Like, this is the kind of stuff that me, as far as I'm concerned, at this point, we need to just rally up, go to Washington, D.C., and take over our government by the people, for the people, the way it should have been in the first place. Once all this stuff happened, we should have automatically taken back our own government. We should have thrown everybody out of office. You people don't seem to understand that you actually have the right to do that. If you can rile up enough people and get people to go to Washington, D.C., you can remove everybody that's in Washington, D.C. You guys just don't have the balls to do it. But you'll have the balls to break some windows because someone didn't say Black Lives Matter. These are the things that this is why I'm not on your wavelength when it comes to stuff like that. I was born in 1981. Okay? You guys didn't realize, but Bill Clinton was actually a good president. We didn't have debt. Our economy was much better when Bill Clinton was president. Even when George Bush Sr. was president, we were much better. George Bush Jr., he was a little bit idiot. He decided to blow up some buildings in New York because he thought it was funny. You know what I mean? But ever since 2016, since Donald Trump beat Hillary Clinton, it's been nothing but this bitter argument between two parties that are just useless. And you can put a name on it all you want. You can call them Democrats, you can call them Republicans, all you want. I call them pieces of shit. That's all they are. Democrats and Republicans, they're all just pieces of shit. That's all they are. They're overpaid people making millions off our tax money, doing nothing to help the country while we sit here and suffer for it. That's what's going on. That's what is going on in the United States right now. And you guys are so more worried about transgenders, Black Lives Matter, and police doing this and police doing that and blah, blah, blah. That's all you guys are worried about right now. You don't see the entire economy just collapsing. The bubble is about to pop for the economy. We're heading for a massive economic downturn, and nobody even cares. You guys are so worried about your feelings that you don't even understand what's going on in the country in general. All right? We've got high-ass gas prices, higher than what they were. And don't even say, oh, but the prices came down. Joe Biden got some of the prices down. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Because some of the gas prices before were $2-something. Now they're like $5, $4, $6, $10 in California, because California likes to overcharge for gas. In New York, same way. The gas is like $8.99 a gallon or something because they want to overcharge for gas. Because they want everybody to be able to pop up with money and just be like, oh, let's get an electric car. Because they're so cheap, you know what I mean? It is so cheap to get an electric car now, you know? Everybody's got $380,000 they can just put down on an electric car. It's great. It's amazing. And the guy that makes the electric cars in the country is arguing with little pieces of fucking trash on Twitter. The guy that makes the cars that everybody wants to rely on and get rid of all the gas and get rid of so the environment doesn't get ruined. The guy that is frickin' making electric cars is charging $200,000 each car. And the only thing you have to say about him is not your car prices are a bit too high for the economy nowadays. The only thing you got to say to him is don't hurt my feelings on Twitter. Really? This is what happens when an entire country doesn't give a crap anymore. Nobody cares what's going on anymore at all. You're not paying attention to the high gas prices. You're not paying attention to the fact that our dollar is now worth 40 cents. You're not paying attention to, like I just said in the beginning of the video, and I'll bring you guys right back to the beginning of the video. If you want to see it again, I'll even fucking replay it so you guys can get it through your head. And understand that what used to cost $100 in groceries is now $200 and something to get the same amount. And you think that that everything's good, everything's fine. No, the economy needs to be fixed. The gas prices need to be dropped. Things need to be fixed in this country. People need to be healed and stop fighting each other for no reason. You guys are literally all fighting each other on the whim that everybody's racist. You guys are fucking like 10-year-olds, all of you. Nobody pays attention to what's going on. And the only thing that I see is the Republicans take over the House, and the first thing they're going to say, let's investigate Joe Biden and go for a fucking impeachment. Really? Give me a break. How about we fix everything that's going on in the United States, and then we can deal with investigations later. Republicans, I'm saddened today to let you guys know that what you are doing right now is a huge mistake for absolutely no reason when you could be sitting there with your fucking committees fixing the United States. But you're too busy worried about, my feelings are hurt, so I'm going to get this president back. Give me a break. Y'all are just fucking kids. Everybody in America is just a child. That's all you guys are now. You don't know what it's like to pay for things. You don't know what it's like to pay for groceries every week. You don't know what it's like to pay bills every week. You don't understand shit about the economy. You don't understand that a cell phone shouldn't cost $3,000. You guys don't get it. The only thing you're worried about is dancing like a slut on TikTok. Congratulations, America. You guys are all fucking morons. Thank you. This has been my thoughts, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.